In terms of the overall sort of journey for an organization, I think what we sort of see is it starts with education and awareness. I mean, there's probably, you'd have to be living under a rock to have not used GPT and heard about the AI and the hype and stuff, and be kind of wowed by it because it is pretty powerful when you first start to experience it. But from an organizational standpoint, you really just, it's an onion. AI is a bit of an onion. That's the first layer. And interacting with a large language model or GPT or any of the open source models is sort of just the start. I think it requires a little bit of investment of time at an organizational level across every level of the organization to really understand the art of the possible. What are different industries doing to apply AI, not just large language models and natural language processing, but even machine learning and some of those other capabilities within sort of the AI realm. What are some of the front running organizations doing in this space that you should be aware of? So as you're considering your own sort of enterprise journey, what is the art of the possible? What are other organizations doing? So at least I can start to be aware and consider it. And that starts at the very top, in my opinion. But I can't just be there. I think every level of the organization, VPs and directors and managers and the frontline staff that are performing the work need to have sort of a baseline sort of awareness of what's possible for your given function. Because I think the Harvard Business Review suggested that a top-down AI-driven strategy, or what the CEO thinks might be the very best thing that we need to embark on, may not be necessarily the best use case to start with for an organization, because it requires a couple things to happen. There's a change management aspect. You need people to embrace and adopt this thing. You need data, and you need compute, and all those things sort of need to marry up. And I think just a sort of a narrow sort of top-down sort of viewpoint may not get you there. So education and awareness across all levels of the organization about what the art of the possible, and then brainstorming and sort of facilitating workshops to understand how could we apply this in the context of our organization or our discipline or our function or our department, and what would be the best uses. And you can kind of plot that on a bit of a matrix against the time and cost it would require to implement some of these things relative to the business value. I think once you sort of have that scatter plot of what these things might look like, it starts to become kind of evident around business value relative to time to implement. You can kind of start to pick and choose really good use case proof of concepts that you could build very quickly. It'll enhance your organizational competency. It'll start to develop your data science and data analytics type capabilities. People become more conversational around AI, and you'll try to get that very first kind of quick win use case that you can deploy and showcase that to the organization as value that's been produced for the organization, so you can start to get some traction and then start to kind of pick away at those other use cases as well.